Roller coaster demolition, new ride construction, and permits filed across Universal Orlando, including Epic Universe, where work is happening in multiple places within the resort's newest theme park. Rip Ride Rockit demolition is nearly complete as ride track shows up at a recycling center. And new permit notes describe upcoming demolition at Lost Continent. Let's dig into all of those projects and more in today's news update. Beginning our update at Universal Studios Florida, the former Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit roller coaster's demolition is nearing its end. The station's roof structure is being removed this week after seeing all of its interior gutted in recent days. The coaster's iconic vertical lift remains as one of the last pieces standing. Removed sections of the coaster have been sent off to a metals recycling facility. Pieces of track from the ride can be spotted here, piled up and ready to be sorted, salvaged, and sent off for future use as something else. The new attraction that is replacing the former coaster is already under construction, before demolition on the old ride has even been completed. New concrete forms for this new attraction's maintenance bay have taken shape. These footings may be for supports for coaster maintenance tracks set within the structure. The rebar for these structural foundations are being inspected this week, according to permits, and after approved, they can be poured. The area between this future maintenance building and Race Through New York is being prepared for the construction of a new station building and the possible ride entrance for this upcoming roller coaster. This overlay graphic from Tommy Hawkins shows outlines of the plans, giving us an idea of how this future station building will fit within this area. The overlay also shows how the footings line up within the future maintenance building. Rounded forms are visible in the area of the new ride closest to City Walk. These shapes will be used to pour the concrete around the rebar for the new coaster's footings in this area. Track has not yet been spotted for this yet-to-be-announced roller coaster attraction, despite the ride already being under construction. However, new shipping logs do indicate that something purchased by Universal is being delivered from Intamin this month. Over at Islands of Adventure, new notes on the demolition permits for Lost Continent have the City of Orlando requesting additional information for this upcoming project. One permit has the city requesting building numbers or descriptions for all of the restaurants, retail, rides, etc. that are planned to be demolished. Another permit does happen to describe some of the demolition work to be done as it relates to nearby utilities. In the permit notes, one building is mentioned, Building 231, which is the building number for Poseidon's Fury. The permit notes also mention how the demolition plans call for a statue to be removed. Demolition work is speculated not to start for several more months, or at least until Rip Ride Rockit demolition has been completed. No one seems certain of what will eventually replace Lost Continent, but talk of the Simpsons rights contract possibly being renewed at Universal have many wondering if we will see Pokemon attractions built here in Islands of Adventure instead of over at Studios. Moving now to Epic Universe, the Stardust Racers roller coaster has reopened after being closed for little over 2 weeks following the tragic death of a guest after riding. Universal claims that the ride has been deemed safe by investigators. Officials from the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services have conducted their own investigation and reached the same conclusion. In a letter to team members, Universal Orlando President Karen Irwin said that the ride functioned as intended, and that they are updating operational procedures and attraction signage to reinforce existing ride warnings and physical eligibility requirements at Stardust Racers and other rides. This is an ongoing story, and there are many unanswered questions surrounding the incident, but at this time the ride has reopened and without any modifications to the coaster itself. Looking nearby Stardust Racers, a backstage tunnel structure was erected several weeks ago. This tunnel was first seen in permits back in June and was described as a prefabricated aluminum tunnel for protection of the backstage access road. Progress has been made on the green wall separating the theme park from the water treatment plant next door. 17-foot tall panels can be seen installed along the eastern edge of the park. Once completed, this wall will be a half a mile long. A new permit has been posted with Orange County related to Project 915 at Epic Universe. Project 915 is for work to be done in a small expansion plot located between the park's entrance and Super Nintendo World. The permit calls for the addition of a construction job site trailer. This may indicate that work is finally ready to begin on what we expect to be a multi-story event flex space with team member break areas on the upper level. Vertical construction on this project cannot begin just yet, as the site work permit has not yet been approved. A new permit for the Wizarding World at Epic Universe is described as work for an interior build-out. The building number for this work is listed as Building 1650, which is a cluster of buildings found around the alley on the right side of the land, including the Caramel Candy Store, Le Gobelin Noir dining location, Bar Moonshine, and an empty robe shop. It's possible that the permit could be for the interior build-out of the Mademoiselle Malkin's robe shop. However, recent rumors suggest that the small bar, Bar Moonshine, could be expanded into team member office and storage space behind it, so this permit could be for that. This popular bar could use the additional room to better serve its often long line of patrons. New notices of commencement have been filed for work by contractors Falcons Attractions and Adena Corporation. These documents do not have related permits listed on them, so they could be for anything. Falcons Attractions recently acquired Oceaneering, so their notices may simply be related to maintenance work on the Battle of the Ministry ride. Adena Corporation does construction work for attractions, including roller coasters, but they also offer general contracting and design management, so their notices of work could be for pretty much anything. Remember, in a prior update, we also discussed additional notices of commencement for work by companies who design theme park attractions. While we do not yet have a project number or any permits at this time, it is interesting to see so many new contracts for work to be done at Epic Universe. Also, in a prior update, we discussed a water management permit for the West Parcel Mass Grading Project. This 53-acre plot of land is located to the west of Epic Universe, running along Universal Boulevard. The permit application fees have been paid, but the county is asking for additional information before approving. Universal has until the end of the year to clarify some details for this upcoming grading work, including the intended future use of the land and the exact project boundary. So we will keep an eye on this upcoming project as the permit is updated. And finally, Universal has officially announced that Epic Universe's first holiday season will see decorations up in 2 of its worlds. In keeping the tradition of the older Universal Orlando parks, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic will be decked out for Christmas. No official announcement for any type of special show this season, as they have in the other Wizarding Worlds. The other world to receive a holiday overlay at Epic Universe is Celestial Park, with Universal saying, Epic Universe will also feature seasonal lighting and decorations in Celestial Park, the imaginative first world that guests encounter at the theme park that features dining, entertainment, and attractions against a backdrop of stunning architecture inspired by astronomical and mythological elements. The holidays at Universal Orlando run from November 21st through January 4th. We'll keep you up to date on these projects, as well as new rides being built at Walt Disney World, like Encanto in Animal Kingdom and Monsters Inc. in Hollywood Studios, so stay tuned to the channel. If you like what we do, consider joining our Patreon for behind-the-scenes content, extra podcasts, and more. Patreon.com/themeparkstop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.